Hey there, I'm Curly, and welcome to Unfiltered and Undiscovered, the podcast where three music lifers dig into the songs, the stories, and the legends of music that may not have crossed your radar yet. But if you're new here, let me set the scene. I'm the punter, the guy who swears that the best music, the best Australian independent music, was in 1986. I've got the record collection to prove it. Now, joining me each week, I've got Braggy. He's a lifelong muso, a dreamer that's still waiting for that one song of his to go viral. He knows his stuff and he loves digging into lyrics. And of course, we've got Rossy. Rossy, the roadie, the manager, and the guy with the story about every band that's ever plugged into a pub PA system anywhere from Perth to Parramatta. Together, we get unfiltered with the best undiscovered artists across Australia and occasionally the world. And occasionally, we also talk a whole lot of rubbish around artists that we already love. Let's get into it.
Hey y'all, I'm Alison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
Hunters, this is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
And my favorite bands from Australia.
My two favourite podcasters,
Braggy and Curly.
Braggy and Curly.
On the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
And Rossy.
Hey there, everyone. It's Curly here, and welcome to our 200th episode of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. It certainly has been a ride and a journey, and I still remember those very, very early rough as guts episodes that I used to do with Matt Bailey that kicked this podcast off. And then it suddenly got a bit of class when we added Braggy, and then of course it got a bit of credibility when we added Rossy. So 200 episodes in, I think it's some ridiculous amount of artists that we've actually spoken to and shared their stories. And with a little bit of luck, there might be another 200 to go. So, but before we get all sentimental and shed a tear for what has been, let's raise the roof and introduce my two co-hosts that I really enjoy doing this with every Wednesday night. It's Rossy from Sydney, and we've got Braggy from Adelaide. Braggy, I'll start with you. How's your week been? You're back in the cold of Adelaide. You finished another world tour of Agnes Water. How's it going for you? How's life?
Excellent. It's good to be home with my girls, all five of them, the two humans and the two furry ones. And yeah, it was good fun. It's always good fun to go up and visit the Wax in the warmth. And it was a really cool little mini festival. And it was just great. Yeah. Now I'm back here. And I was just thinking, Curly, we talked last week about, not running any stupid singles on our way to 200, but really you're the only one that's going to be the double century. I think I'd be in the 180s maybe. I don't know if you've got those figures.
I would have just gone past my century, I think.
Yeah, Rossy would he'd have 100 surely.
Yeah, I try and forget those early episodes in all honesty. So it was just talking a bit of shit during COVID. So
I remember you phoned me up, you got me on. I didn't know what was going on.
But without Curly, without Punch, there's no show. Like Curly's does all the heavy lifting, he just drives it, and like you and I, we're as passengers. Curly does the heavy lifting, doesn't he, Braggy?
If Curly wasn't here, it'd be like Neighbours without Kylie.
That's right.
Yeah, that seemed to have gone all right for a while there, Braggy.
True,
when did Kylie leave Neighbours? So
but it was shit after she left.
Yeah.
So, Braggy, on our 200th episode, how's the footy tipping? What's it looking like?
Oh, the footy tipping. I skipped away because you got up to one big game behind me.
Yeah.
And now I'm away because you had a absolute shocker in the NRL.
Yep, I did.
You only got 3, which is what set you back. Both Rossy and I got 6.
Yep.
But actually, Rossy and I got exactly the same. Different teams, but six in the NRL and 5 in the AFL to get 11 points. You only got 9, so I've skipped out to 3-point lead. But I did make the suggestion to you boys that we should make it double points for finals, just to make it exciting at the end, you know?
Yeah, why not, I say. So
that's what's happening in the footy tipping.
Uh,
And also, I'm wearing this because I wore this a lot on this podcast. And we've had a few Norwood supporters on. We've had one fucking Sturt supporter on, bloody Dave Graney. He won't come back on again.
No.
And
well,
I'd like to get
you
him
never
back
know.
on.
Yeah, I would too.
And so
Dave, come back on.
And if anyone that no one probably does, but if anyone follows the Redlegs on my commentary, if we win this weekend, we'll make 5, and we're playing our old arch rivals Port. But I like Port.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the football team too.
Hey,
and the football team too.
Yeah.
And we start off with the first joke of the night. So just a public service announcement for our listeners too. I've got the cold or a flu, so if you hear me coughing up a lung, I'll try and mute as quickly as I can. But yeah, a little bit of that husky voice. And Rossy, what's been happening in Sydney?
Not a heap. I'm kind of in a different sort of mode because one of my favourite rock bands that I'm involved with, Jupiter 5, we're getting ready to record our second album at the moment. So we're halfway through it actually. So we're going back into the studio this week, and we've been finished like rehearsing, but like honing and slicing the rough bits off of the songs that we're taking in. We're going to knock off another 6 songs this weekend, we reckon.
So will that come out next year? Rossy?
I think so. Yeah, we think it'll come out next year.
So you did one this year.
Oh, last year it was.
Oh, was it last year? Was it?
Yeah, it was last year.
The end of last year. But that's still pretty prolific.
It's the difficult second album.
And I do, once again, I'll apologise to the listeners. I did tell everyone that I would have put the link for Real Gone Gasser in the show notes, and I completely forgot. So, but I've gone one better. So let's play that live version that I was talking about of the Psychotic Turnbuckles. Let's
play for a long, long time. Here's one for all the aficionados. And here, Miss Stillberg. You once used to be a real guy gasser. Used to obey me like I was your master. Then I see to my surprise. The true color of your soul in your eyes.
All right, I had to do that, guys. I'm sorry. So,
fantastic.
And
that's
before
fantastic. That's what that is.
Is that before Victor's days? Yeah,
before the
different lineup.
Yeah, I was actually there doing guitars. So where the Grand Wizard was on that side of stage, I was just right behind him.
Oh, okay.
Throwing him guitars up, going, Where's? It's out of tune. Give it to me. He wouldn't listen.
All right. So tonight we've pulled 3 bands that we believe deserve a little bit of love from right around the world. We've got a band from Boston, we've got a band from Japan, and we've got a typical Sunday session singer from North Queensland, Northern Australia, I think originally from Darwin. So
originally from Darwin, yes.
Yeah, so let's I'm going to hand it over to Braggy, who's going to walk through who his artist is and why you should be listening to him.
I've chosen, my artist is called Ben Evolent, which is obviously actually not his real name. His real name is Josh Tarca. And I don't know, but I wonder if he's a relation to, what's his name, Tarca, who had the floating hotel. Do you remember that up in North Queensland, Curly?
I
floating
do, actually,
hotel out on the reef? Doug Tarca. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, Josh, I sort of half met Josh. Well, I did meet him at the festival I just played at in Agnes Water. He's a fantastic guy. He lived up in Darwin, and when he was in Darwin, that's where he started sort of writing his songs. He was actually nominated 8 times for the Northern Territory Song of the Year.
8 times.
And 8 times, and he won it in 2016 with I think it's the song I'm going to play second, which is called Larry Kin. Anyway, that's kind of most of the stuff I know about him. I know he hasn't had anything released for a while. He's a little short of money, and he's starting a family. He's got a bit of a tribe, I think, at the moment. But he's a lovely guy. I guess you'd call him folk, rootsy, blues rock, a little bit of reggae in there sometimes. Kind of sounds a bit like Pete Murray or who else? Josh Pike, remember him?
Okay. Yeah.
It seems like a Braggy's kind of guy, doesn't he?
He's my sort of guy, and he's got great lyrics that are mysterious to me. So I would love if Josh ever listens to this, or we put a link on him. I'd love for him to come on because I've got so many questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a listen?
It's the type of music you can just have on, and it's just there, and it's just, whether it's a Sunday session style, having a nice cold beer on a hot day, or whether it's just you're working away on the computer. It's just,
it's the sort of music you would make if you lived in a climate like Darwin, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hey?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And I'm assuming, when we get to your guys' picks, Rossy's got the Tokyo guys. I'm sure if you live in Tokyo, that's the sort of music you're going to make. And I don't know about yours, Curly, but we'll see. So, what's the plan, Curly? We're going to play a song, or we want me to talk about the song before we play it, or we're going to do a little bit?
You're in charge of your artist. So
well, the first song I picked was his latest release, which was like 4 or 5 years ago, 2020, I think it came out. You'll probably have it there, Rossy, Curly, and it's called Shiver, and I love it. It's got this really lazy intro. You can picture yourself on a beach at sunset, and I'll just read you the opening lines to set the scene. Because I feel like it's song's called Shiver, and I feel like, and if we get Josh on, he might correct me. I feel like it's about an impending part of your life where you're about to make a big change, like you're going to move, or I don't know, you're going to have children, or something big is about to happen. And I think he's kind of reminiscing on it. He says, "The world around me is enraged. The waves are wild yet empty. I take a moment to restrain. I walk a mountain to revive my sense of life and every want. Hope there will be no pain." That's what I get the feel. And he says, "I'm like a rabbit in the headlights." So
the world around me is enraged. The waves are wild yet empty. I'll take a moment to restrain. I walk a mountain to revive my sense of life and everyone's. Hope there will be no pain. Just like a rabbit in the headlights, got a shiver down my spine. Caught the shivers. Just like a rabbit in the headlights, got a shiver down my spine. Caught the shivers. Through a window I reflect against the glass of disguise. I fail to fool old memories. I'll take a sunset on a beach and bask in all its glory, and be set to sail those 7 seas. It's like a rabbit in the headlights, got a shiver down my spine. Called the shivers. Just like a rabbit in the headlights.
guess if the concept of Americana, this is really kind of Australiana.
Yes. Well,
you know what I mean?
yes.
So that Americana, like, you know what I mean by Americana, like Tom.
I know what you mean by
Petty
Tom. I know what you mean by that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the country acts we've had on that have kind of tapped into that. But I think you're exactly right. It's like Pete Murray or any of those. It's kind of surfy a bit, but
it's alternative surfy sort of stuff. But it's not big city music, right?
No, it's definitely country. It's definitely folky,
regional sort of.
I mean, it could be North Shore, maybe.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
You know, Braggy, I know this is going to be a
St.
little
George.
bit, this is going to be a little bit totally left of center, but there's a little bit of Irish folk stuff in there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that's a basis of a lot of folk, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
pick up Curly.
Yeah, that's a good pickup because that's where even country music, Appalachian music in America comes from that Irish background. Waltzing Matilda.
His ear gets better all the time, doesn't it, Braggy?
He has come a long way.
Just hanging around with you two guys
since the first Sunday session. He's come a long way.
Yeah,
so I just think that's really good songwriting. I mean, in my opinion, it's got great lyrics. Everything fits together well. I don't know where it's recorded, but it seems to be recorded really well.
Yeah. The lyrics build intrigue, and
absolutely.
that's pretty cool. So
yeah.
So what's the second song?
The second song I picked is a song called Larrikin. This is even more mysterious to me, and this is I'm not going to call him Ben because his name's Josh, but it's Josh's biggest, the most streams he has, and it's a play on words, I'm assuming, because it's written Larrikin, Larry, as in the first name Larry and the last name Kin, which could mean it's about a relation. Could be, yeah. But then it's also the play on words Larrikin, Australian Larrikin, and I can't quite, for the life of me, figure out what the words are. But Curly and Rossy, this is one of the best. I think it's in the second verse. I'm not sure. In poetry, there's a thing called alliteration with an A, which is where words begin with the same letter as you go through. And in the second verse, he starts with "tangled tongue, too tired to talk."
Good.
It's just beautiful. That's brilliant. That's poetic. Tangled tongue, too tired to talk.
If I could find all the faults, you think I'd pay more attention. No need to be here until the bitter end. Don't be crazy, I won't be coming back the same old way. Not at least without permission. Like cinder in the wildfire, we just go drifting away. Now give in to life and get back to living like a living lucid Larrikin. Larrikin. Tangled tongue too tired to talk. You think I've heard all confessions of what's been said, not what's been done. It's all part of the admission. No need to be here till the bitter end. This is crazy, I won't be coming back the same old way. Not at least without permission. Like cinder in the wildfire, we just go drifting away. Now give in to life and get back to living like a living lucid Larrikin.
see why I picked him, because it's got great lyrics. It's got great feel. It's got the pop hooks.
Yeah.
So
acoustic guitar.
It's got acoustic guitar. And I just had an epiphany that he actually sounds like John Butler in that one.
Yeah, he does.
I thought that too. Yeah. In the songwriting, I hear a little bit of someone who I've always been a bit of. I can hear a little bit of Shane Howard in there.
Yes. Shane Howard, good spot, and Paul Kelly too.
Yeah,
you know,
of course. But yeah, like most Australians have got a bit of Paul Kelly in them, right?
Yeah, it's Australiana.
You know, the interesting thing there, Braggy, is I like the way the song stays pretty true to the rhythmic sort of beat, but then the vocals speed up and down, right? So so it gives that little bit of shift in the song, even though the song's rhythm is still just plowing along. So, I'd love to see that in a beer garden. So
or up anywhere in Agnes Water.
It's got that, but it does have that rural groove, right?
It has. I think what it's got, and I'm saying with Paul Kelly and all those artists we'd be talking about, it's got sophistication in the lyrics, but it's still got that freaking bogan.
Australianness.
Yeah. I think you nailed it, Rossy. It's Australiana.
It's funny because with Shane Howard, he went on with Delamitri, who are like those, that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's that same sort of leaning back to that Irish sort of folky sort of poppy thing, and you're right in picking that up, Curly. I think that was a very good pickup.
It was a good pickup. Yeah. So that's my guy, and I hope if Josh listens to this that he'd come on and talk to us, because it'd be good to find out. I can't quite get in that lyric, and I can't quite get the words. It says back to living like a something lyric, and I don't know if it's an elusive, but it wouldn't be elusive.
Yeah, I thought it was Aussie larrikin, and so, but
lyric. Oh, it could be too.
Yeah.
Well, he'll have to come on, and we'll find.
He'll have to. Josh, is it Josh Tarca?
Josh Tarca.
You need to come on.
We can ask him questions like, "Where did it all start for you, Josh?"
Yeah, yes. Hey, that's a really good question. That one, isn't it?
It's a really good question, Rossi.
I get forced into it.
Excellent question. So that was that's Braggy's.
That's my pick. And now, how many monthly listeners does Ben Evolent have? Curly, can you tell me that? I think it was about 300 or 200.
Let me have a quick look, then, shall we? Because we will make sure his links are in the show notes.
Because this is the whole idea. We want to get these guys some
we've
more.
We've already posted some. Ben.
Sorry to make
it's a great name, but just great stage name, isn't it?
It is very good.
Yeah, 119 monthly listeners.
Okay, so if we can double him, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah,
he does. He's definitely undiscovered. That's great songwriting. It's a great sound, isn't it? I don't understand.
No one else is going around looking for blokes like him.
I reckon Jules could use someone like that as well. Maybe so.
Yeah, well, absolutely. So
he fits that genre.
So Ben Evolent, 190 is his number. So Ben, we can't guarantee you'll suddenly be top of the pops, but
shout out to the boys, Ben. Shout out to the boys.
Shout out to the boys.
But can I tell you, Jules, speaking of Jules, she reached out during the week again and just told us how much her artists enjoy coming on the show. So, again, we are one of the favourites. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about my band, and this band is from Boston, believe it or not. So, now we've had a Boston fella on before in Sam Demetrius.
Yes.
Sammy's a nice boy.
Absolutely, who I sort of uncovered while I was over there running the marathon.
Fish market? Was it in Fish Market? You mean?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. He was playing and busking, and just a really lovely guy. And he's still churning along, putting some music out. He's so it's really good to see. But Island of Alaska really caught me by surprise and there is a playlist that I uncovered these guys on, and there's a playlist on Spotify. And once again, I'll try and put it in the show notes for this particular playlist, and it's bands with less than 1,000 streams or listens or something.
Nice.
That'd be a big playlist.
So please. So what I'll do is I'll make sure that's in the show notes, because I think that
me and Rossy be on that one.
I'm on it for sure.
That's the crux of what our show is all about. So, and it's sometimes it's good to put on music, and on that playlist, when I started listening to it in my research, probably the first 6 songs, I'm thinking, hey, there's my band. Oh no, I'll go for them. No, I'll go. So they're all pretty good. So let's talk a little bit about Island of Alaska. They're a female-fronted pop punk band. I shared a little bit about them on last week's episode, and they do a thing called Porch Fest in the US, which I think is amazing, where they just take neighborhoods and they line bands up and they play on their porch, fundamentally, for people that just come and sit in the front yard and listen. I think that's amazing. But they're from Boston, Massachusetts. They're known for their energetic DIY punk vibe, dual vocals, and they're both females, and a drummer who is described as someone who kicks holes in concrete walls. So I'm not quite sure what the meaning is there. The band is made up of Evan Duffy, lead guitar, Mike Savoy, rhythm, Kristen Boyle, vocals and bass, Jasmine St. Jean is vocals, and Mike Griffin is the drums. They are very active in the Boston's live music scene. So the first song I'm going to play is a song called, which is the band's official music video. So you get a bit of a concept of the band with this one, which is why I chose it. The song is called Stupid Fun. So let's put it on.
Hey, Jordy, give me a call when you have a chance. Jordy, if I got a deal for you.
It's chapter 2, and I'm almost through. Oh, midnight sun, why don't you give me some overusing, overrated, convoluted, way outdated, stupid fun. Say you want some stupid fun, like drinking some coffee.
Yeah.
All right. Can you
pop punk?
Oh yeah.
I reckon
pop
they
punk,
could be
post grunge.
Australian. I reckon they're Mazawak. You could almost feel the
course.
downstrokes in that. So
Yeah.
Of course, and we know that Chris Messerwake invented the downstroke, don't we?
And
I will tell you that my good friend Chris Meswake's tour was announced this week.
Yes, I saw a little thing about
it
that.
was, yeah, I saw that. So I will have to get across. So yeah, pretty cool young band, I think.
Absolutely. I like there's two girls at the front. So
Yeah.
you get the harmonies as well.
Bit of Blink 182 in those guitar lines, I must say.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Definitely definitely an influence. Blink 182 or
There was only
band with
one
Rossy
thing.
with the two brothers.
That would the one with the two brothers.
Yeah, one of them ended up on one of those shows.
Oh, Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte, bit of Good Charlotte.
Good Charlotte.
Yeah.
They're a great band.
Oh, awesome band.
Yes. I'll tell you a story about them one of these days. But I will say that the only thing that got me is, come on, guys. Look, I know you're miming. Plug the mic in. Come on.
Yeah. But maybe that was intentional. You know who else I remind me of? And it's a great friend of the show, the Ritzy Kids.
Yeah. Very much of that. But like, I love the party hats. I thought that was a cool thing. Just occasionally you see a step under wearing party hats in the distance. Didn't make a big thing of it, but yeah, like it was good. They look like they're having fun.
They got pop sensibilities, I think. Yeah, definitely.
I like the girl vocals are great. Like that, they sit really nice. It does. There's a point of difference. It really is. And having a girl bass player, because we know the bass player is the most important member of every band.
Yes, that's right.
100%, as I keep hearing. So now it's interesting. I believe "To Whom It May Concern" is their most recent single.
Okay.
But the next song I'm going to play is a song called Barbados Sunrise. So when you look at there's a bit of a theme that starts to run through, and I think they've got some socially aware lyrics in these songs. So "To Whom It May Concern," their next most recent song is called "Idiot for You," "Shallow," "Stupid Fun," which we've just heard, "Blue Haze." So I'm not going. Blue Haze is a cracker, by the way. I think just about all their music that I've listened to is a cracker.
Hasn't Stupid Fun got a pretty interesting breakdown at the end though too?
It does. It sort of dives away, and it's almost like, and it's like the band is packing up, and then all of a sudden they go,
back again. Yeah, I noticed that. But okay.
But wasn't the fade? What's the fade called? It wasn't the fade in, fade out, and fade in?
Trap in it. No, that was very educational, wasn't it?
Oh, I learned something then. The trap edit. Oh, I love it.
All right.
So what are we playing? Hang on. What are we playing? Barbados, is it?
Barbados Sunrise is this song.
Let's do it.
Once again, I'll probably only put in like a minute and a bit. So, let's have a look and let's have a listen.
The work days and the sad summers before my life turns into a bummer. For the real job and the education, the sudden lack of inspiration. When I was just a young punk, some tattoos and a lot of spunk, a fighting spirit is overrated. I don't wanna be domesticated.
Yeah.
Chugs. Chugs.
Drummer's got a metal background, I reckon.
I reckon too. But it chugs like crazy, that thing.
It does.
I don't want to be domesticated.
That's great.
It's what are the lyrics? It's overrated. I don't want to be domesticated, and that's the pop hook. That's the hook.
Yeah, it is.
I'm getting. I was getting Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne, who writes like you listen to her catalog. She I know people don't like her. I don't care. She's incredible, man. It's Skater Boy. When you listen to that, get back and listen to that. That is almost perfect pop.
Yeah, that's a perfect song. That's a perfect song.
And she can sing, man. Fuck, she can sing.
Mate,
I was watching someone with her singing with Youngblood the other day. Wow. Yeah. But yeah, Avril in there, absolutely.
I'd give my left arm to write a song like Skater Boy.
Yeah.
It's a perfect fucking pop song.
I'd give my left arm to be ambidextrous.
There's Rossy second pun for the night.
All right, guys, that's Island of Alaska, and
that's fantastic.
You could just see them on a stage here in Australia, following on from the Ritzy Kids, and just before the bloody Screaming Tribesmen come on. You know, it's
great choice.
Yeah. All right, so over to Rossy. Let's talk about.
I feel like we're going to be speeding up even more here.
Look! When I went and checked this out, and the Fadeaways, when I saw that they had only had 719 monthly plays, I was absolutely shocked because this band is out of the box. Like they are. To see them, and I've seen them in a couple of different countries, fellas. Haven't seen them in Nashville, but I've seen them in Tokyo and I've seen them in Sydney, and I've never seen more energy out of three blokes in my life. They're jumping off drum kits, they're climbing on amps, the drummers, like everything. This band, they're part of that 60s, 70s Japanese punk revival. You know, bands like the Ramones, the Yeezy Beats, the Mummies. If you've ever heard of the Mummies, who are absolutely killer. And they just are. There's three guys in it. There's Toyoza. Toyoza is the guy who pretty much runs the Japanese garage rock scene. He's got a club called Club Heavy Sick in Tokyo. He runs a Halloween ball. He plays about 500 bands. He is just this unstoppable force. He just is such a lovely fella and drives so many things for so many bands all over the world. They've been around since 2005. I think his brother Ozzy is the drummer, and their guitar player's name is Ass Man. like you know
like
in yeah, exactly. It is exactly that, right? But I will give him a shout out at the moment. The poor bugger, he just broke his arm a week or so ago. He's a postie in Tokyo, and he got hit by a car. But he'll be back playing guitar in no time. I believe the band played as.
I thought he was breaking his arm jumping off the drum kit.
No, they played as a two-piece last week. They've put out a number of albums on different labels all over the world. They've played Australia, they've played America, they've played Europe. They're supposed to be coming out again, and we hope they can make it because I hope he's okay. The first song that we've picked up is That Girl. Now, as we all know, I've got a little bit of love of 60s garage rock. Now,
really?
Was it That Girl? Is that what we're talking about first, Curly?
We're going to go with Soulful. Yes, That Girl. Yep.
And if you can't hear the stems in this, you're not listening hard enough, I reckon.
That Girl.
You had me at Vox Teardrop.
Oh, mate, yeah. Vintage guitars.
Rossy. I've never seen a bass. I've never seen a bass.
And the fuzz pedal, man, the fuzz pedal. They're so authentically 60s in everything they do. But it's like to see them is just absolutely mind-blowing.
Is it like full on the minute they jump on stage?
Absolutely. I've had them. We did a show last year and they opened for us, and it was terrifying going on after them.
Oh, would it be?
Yeah,
would it be?
And then the next day I was in another band. We went on before them.
So they put out an album in 2024 on their Australian tour. So
yeah, that's right.
Wild.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's a live album, is it?
No, I don't think it is. I think it was like a
I reckon you wouldn't know much difference between a live album and a studio album.
No. But
you reckon they could knock over it in a weekend?
I reckon they do it in a day, mate.
They do. There's no mucking around. There is not an ounce of fat on these guys. When they came over last time, they arrived on a Thursday. They played Thursday. They played Melbourne Friday, Saturday Sydney, Sunday Sydney. Flew back to work Monday, and were back at work on Tuesday.
Wow.
Yeah, they are absolutely sensational rock band. Like,
and when you think about the Japanese culture, right? So the Japanese culture is rules, it's regulation, it's humbleness, and then you've got this whole thing with the Comic-Con anime stuff, and then you've got this sort of punk music.
But that's still formulaic. It's still very formulaic music. What they do.
There are rules to that, massive rules to it. But there is a massive counterculture there. Right?
Yeah.
Japan has a massive
counterculture. It's clean and crisp, don't you think, boys? It's clean, clean and even. Yeah, it's just
that band. Like the first time I saw them play, I'm just sitting there going, "Fuck me!" Like they had everything right. They did everything. Like
great bass licks.
The total commitment to their performance is beyond me. Like just total commitment. Yeah, love them to death as a band. I would. Yeah, I know. Does it come as a surprise that that's the sort of band I would listen to?
3 chords under 3 minutes.
Yep, that's right.
Give me some more, Rossy.
So the next song is an Easy Beats cover.
Oh, and it's going to be good.
An homage to Australia. They love us here.
Yeah. So here we go. I love 2-minute pop songs.
And now, the guitarist is playing through a jazz chorus.
Yep.
Which I don't understand. And correct me if I'm wrong, but they look like old par 56s or 64s behind them. They weren't.
They are 64s.
They got the old. That's how authentic they are. They got the old school lights.
That looks like that looks to me like it's at Club Heavy Sick, which is their home base in Tokyo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a club that's been there for about 30 years, and it just gets handed off to the next generation who take it over and run it.
Awesome.
It's a really cool place, really cool place. But yeah, they are. Those guys just work so hard, and I just couldn't believe that they only had 700 international monthly listens. They deserve so much more.
Well, hopefully we can get a few more Australian listeners.
Yeah.
And would they come on the show, Rossy?
Well, only Toyoza can speak English well enough to come on the show. The other boys, none.
That's
no
okay.
English at all. Yeah, they'd like. I reckon I can get Toyoza on, and he's just such a lovely fella, and and a wealth of 60s knowledge.
Okay, well, we have to brush up on our Japanese, Curly.
Yeah, konnichiwa. Is that it?
That's I can count to 4.
All right, so guys, let's so we've had Ben Evolent, we've had the island of Alaska from Boston, and of course we've just heard the amazing band called the Fadeaways from Tokyo. So please follow the links. They're in the show notes. Go and follow those bands on Spotify.
Please, go on there, click follow, like some of their songs, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. So it's actually been a fun show, and we love speaking with our artists, but every now and again, I think maybe in the future we might pull one of these out again and just get on that Spotify playlist and see who's around. And
go for 500 next time.
Yeah, we heard some great music, and
yeah,
Ben's got less than 200. Island of Alaska's got less than 200, and then we've got the Fadeaways, which is around 700. So
they come from a bigger population in Japan, so
scale.
Scale.
Yeah. So, all righty, guys, coming up in the next month. So we kick off again, 201 next week. Funny
When's
that
the Viking on?
We've raised the bat. So in the coming weeks, and next week we may have Tom Curtin back because he's just put out a whole new album. He's released a new single actually with Laura Frank. So. And just looking between the lines, I believe that Laura Frank has, I think she's announced it, but she may be expecting. She's a mum to be. So, so I think that's wonderful. So we may have Tom Curtin next week. I'm not sure. Just got to follow that through. Brittany Elise is the good news about Brittany Elise is that she is working flat out in Nashville.
Yep.
But the challenge with that is we can't get a time to get it back on the show. So we're now looking towards the end of September with the fingers crossed that she may have a Friday night coming up that's off, and we'll see how that goes. But we've got Thor the Viking coming on. We've got Belgravia, a heavy metal band from Perth coming on. We have got Jason Resch, who used to be part of Darlinghurst. He's coming on. And we have I think it's a reggae artist from WA. Jacob Jean coming on as well. So we are booked solid till the end of September. So, and
running the gamut too.
Jacob Jean, Curly, that'll be a Sunday sesh, wouldn't it? Sounds like he's reggae.
I'm looking forward to that one. Let me just check that.
Have we got a Sunday sesh playlist, Curly?
No, not as yet.
Someone told me a story today that David Lee Roth always liked to have a reggae band opening for him. And I said, that's interesting. I said, yeah, because then he knew where he could score some pot.
I wouldn't believe anything David Lee Roth did.
That's a classic. Anyway, so and the good news is that bands are we're being discovered. So bands are reaching out to us. So it's not always the hard work. So and I think that that's a positive. So I'm really looking forward to speaking with Belgravia. They've got a wonderful TikTok account, and it's they're good stuff, right? So thoughts
Is it going to be like the sex guys?
Hey, listen, just before we finish up, I just say on behalf of Curly, Rossy and I would just like to say thank you to you, Curly, for all the hard yards you do.
Absolutely.
And you find the artists, and I know from, editing some things that I've done before, it must take you a lot of time. And thanks to Sharon too for putting up with all the time it takes you to edit.
Yeah.
I miss you, especially, mate. Thanks. You do all the work, so it's really cool.
I appreciate that. So, but I wouldn't do it if it wasn't an enjoyable part of my week, mate. So,
cool.
when it starts becoming work, I might pull the pin. But at the moment, I just love doing it.
But don't pull the pin. Just hire an editor.
Yeah. All right. So, our 200th episode. Drop a comment. Let us know what you thought of the band wherever you're listening to this. Okay, or two comments.
200. Well, Curly's the only person who did 200 though, bro.
He is. Yeah, Curly, hold your bat up. Raise the bat.
And boy, am I tired. All right. So if you've loved what you heard, hit follow, share the show, and dig deeper, of course, on our Spotify playlist. All our artists tonight have joined our Every Damn Song playlist, which is available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube Music. We have more artists, more stories, and more reasons to listen. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered, and we will front up again next week, and we hope to see you then. Thanks, boys. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Well, that's a wrap for this episode of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. If you've liked what you've heard, please do us a favor. Hit follow, leave a rating, and share it with a mate who needs some new music and a little bit of laughter in their lives. We're all about discovering the songs that actually mean something. So if you're into raw talent, great stories, and music that hits you right in the guts, you're in the right place, and we'd love to see you back again next week. Don't forget our Spotify playlists, every damn song, every track we've ever talked about, rising female country artists, and undiscovered covers. And just now, they're not just available on Spotify. You'll also find them on YouTube Music and Apple Music as well. Now, we will be back next week with more music, more stories, and probably some more arguments. But that's what keeps us unfiltered. We'll see you next week.